Got the bag, I just need me a ring. GMF, hold it down for the team.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll play host to a battle between conferences. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Washington Commanders on Monday night.
The sun has gone down and the mercury going down as well. To be expected, I guess, here on an autumn night just outside of D.C. at FedEx Field. Tonight we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the Battle of the Beltway. Baltimore and Washington are underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. He's got a full head of steam. The race is on. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 73 yards. And the Ravens put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, and that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's a 2nd and 8. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now 3rd down and 7. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 37. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Daniels. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it in.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Kyle Hamilton running up from his safety spot and earning the sack. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive, then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Flowers. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his 1st. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. Throwing is Jackson. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the 1st drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
2nd and 10. Now Jackson. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
On first down, Daniels. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
On 3rd down, Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle with Eckler. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 9. Looking to throw. Daniels. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. This from 44 yards away. Patterson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. The Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Jackson running again. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
14 yards that time, but a first down on the keeper.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
On second down, here's Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Jackson now. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
First down, here's Mitchell. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Now it's Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman on the touchdown throw from Lamar Jackson as his guys are able to extend their lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Tucker now to add the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Commanders' offense set to take over. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw on second down, Daniels. No gain on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Here's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Daniels. Able to connect with Dotson. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, 74 yards. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he goes out right around the 39.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. Here's Jackson to throw. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Throwing on first down. Daniels on the screen. This is Eckler. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 45-yard line.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Off play action. Daniels. And this one is incomplete.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Off the play fake. Daniels. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw again. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 17-14. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios and this EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now a 2nd and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
To throw on third down, Daniels. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. He'll start with a give to Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
This is 2nd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Good footwork at the 30. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is a counter play. Eckler. And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Well, give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run and then executed.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Daniels. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting just a yard. 3rd and 7 now. Back to throw. Daniels. Ertz has it left side. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Daniels looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. And that is no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. It may sound cliche, but those are the types of yards he can get you. He's such a bruising back.
He is, and typically with that type of a back, if he has any type of stamina, it shows up later in the ball game. Because trust me, guys get tired of running up and trying to tackle that big fella. It wears on him, and then he gets stronger as the game goes on.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
To throw is Jackson. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on third down. Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 18-yard line.
Again, Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Well, they can put him in a number of different places. In line, H-back, put him in the slot. In this case, they put him out wide. Matchup nightmare. Who are you going to send out to cover him? And he picks up a first down with that catch.
Throwing is Jackson. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens have taken a 4th quarter lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now Washington down by 4, 2:13 remaining. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a throw here, hauled in. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Run flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
Here's 2nd and a yard. He's back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
Here's first down.
Back to throw.
That's caught, and it's Eckler again.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
He'll look to throw. And this is taken in at the 5.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Now that is the 2-minute drill at its very best. Get the completion, get a big chunk of yardage, and then get out of bounds to save those timeouts. You cannot do it any better than that.
Here's first and goal.
They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Well, that is the definition, Charles, of delivering under pressure. The game-winning potential. There's still a little time left on the clock, but the potential game-winning drive, and it was well executed.
I think we're going to remember this possession for a long time. We've called a bunch of games, but how about how they got it done down this stretch? Absolutely terrific. Barring some type of miraculous play in this last half minute, I think that touchdown just earned them the win. They really came up clutch when they needed it.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Now it's the Ravens' turn, trailing by a field goal. 26 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down.
Throwing, Jackson.
It's hauled in by Hardy. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Jackson. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. One last shot for Jackson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered a loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Commanders pick up the victory as we say so long from our nation's capital.